My name is Sophie Lane. I grew up in a small trailer park in Texas, where the sun blazes hot and the wind carries dust from one dusty road to another. It's a place where the houses are small, the lawns are mostly dirt, and the nights are quiet, enough to hear your own heartbeat. Life there wasn't easy. My mom worked long hours at a diner, barely making enough to keep food on the table and the lights on. Sometimes, when I came home from school, the house was empty, and I'd sit alone on the old couch, humming a song just to keep the silence from swallowing me whole. Music was my refuge. It was something I could control, something beautiful in a world that often felt heavy and unfair. I remember sneaking into my little sister's room, grabbing the cheap karaoke machine, and singing softly until my voice cracked. No one was around to hear, but somehow, the songs gave me strength. School was a different challenge altogether. I wasn't the smartest kid in the class, nor the most popular. Some kids looked down on me because of where I lived. Trailer park. Girl, they'd whisper, as if that label was a cage and I was stuck inside, but I never let their words drown out the music inside me. I sang in the choir, sometimes barely able to keep up, but always giving it my all. Then came Mrs. Thornton, the music teacher, who saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. She pulled me aside one afternoon after practice. "Sophie," she said, "you have a gift. You need to believe in it." I wanted to believe her, but fear held me back. How could a girl from a place like mine ever belong in the world of music? Still, Mrs. Thornton encouraged me to audition for the city's music academy, a place I'd only heard about in stories. She said it could change my life. For weeks, I practiced in secret, late at night after everyone else was asleep. I sang, in front of the cracked mirror in my room, trying to find the courage to step into a bigger world. The day of the audition was the hardest day of my life. I remember walking into the big, intimidating building, my heart pounding like a drum in my chest. There were other kids, all dressed perfectly, with shiny instruments and confident smiles. I felt like I didn't belong. But then, when I sang, everything else melted away. The nerves, the fear, the doubts, they all disappeared. It was just me, my voice, and the song that carried all my dreams. Weeks later, I got the letter. I held it in my hands, trembling. I was accepted. For the first time, I believed that maybe, just maybe, I could have a future beyond the trailer park. Leaving home was the hardest thing I've ever done. Saying goodbye to Mom, to James, my best friend who always believed in me, to the only place I'd ever known. But I knew I had to go. At the academy, everything was new and different. The classrooms, the teachers, the students, they all seemed worlds away from the dusty roads of my old home. I worked harder than I ever had, pushing myself to learn and grow. There were times I felt lonely, out of place, like an imposter. But every time I doubted myself, I'd remember that small girl singing alone in the night. And I'd find my strength again. Music isn't just about notes and rhythms. It's about telling stories. My story. The story of a girl who refused to be defined by where she came from. And this is just the beginning. I'm Sophie Lane, and I'm ready to sing my way into the world.